This news update is brought to you by
Grab somebody and tell them hello. Your happiness will be connected to flow. Smile and cheer because that is we flow. Grab somebody and tell them hello. With your hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air, hands in the air. This is how we flow, yeah. Grab somebody and tell them this is how we flow.
It's Wednesday, November the 25th, 2015, and this is your Barbados Today Morning News Update. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. In our top story this morning, the political gloves are coming off. Former Prime Minister and Barbados Labour Party leader Owen has torn into his successor Mia Mottley over Sunday's decision of the Mottley-led BLP National Council to expel Christchurch West MP Dr. Maria Agard from the party. Labeling the action as nothing short of despotism, a visibly upset and emotional Arthur broke his silence on the matter in an interview with reporters on the steps of Parliament yesterday, saying he had a voice in this country and he intended for it to be heard.
But sadly, the Barbados Labour Party is now allowing itself to become no more than a cushion to bear the imprint of the object that is sitting upon it. And I use the word object rather than the preferred three-letter word that we use on this occasion. This is a sadness that is happening to a great institution. Mia Mottley is a despot, and she believes that she has a right to repress could express it on a platform. He said that she had a divine entitlement to these things. Mia Mottley does not have a divine right to be a despot over us. And I have breaking my silence. I was patient, but I have children, and I'm sure that will have to live in this country. And my voice will be heard, and my voice will be read, will be raised. And those who are convincing Mia Mottley that she can just ride roughshod over the Barbados Labour Party should tell her that there are those of us in Barbados who are going to stand up, and that she cannot ride roughshod over us.
And outspoken St. Andrew MP George Payne says if he were in Dr. Maria Agard's position, he would take the Barbados Labour Party to court. The embattled Christchurch West MP on Sunday was expelled from the party by the Mia Mottley-led National Council. Asked by reporters assembled in Parliament Yard yesterday if he agreed with former Prime Minister Owen, who had earlier described Dr. Agard's expulsion as a tragedy, Payne not only concurred with what Arthur said, but went on to suggest that Dr. Agard should sue the main opposition party.
If I was in Ms. Agard's position, especially taking the circumstances into consideration, I would do the same thing.
Do you believe it's too late for the organs of the party to look to re-examine itself on this matter?
Well, if there's a challenge in the courts, and the courts make a declaration to the fact that what went down was not more or less fair to Ms. Agard, I have no doubt, because the members of the National Council, they are human beings like you and I, and they have children, they have girl children, and they have wives, and they have women, and I think that it is fairly obvious that they would act. As I said, I'm still sure.
An opposition leader, Mia Mottley, is warning of a serious backlash to investment and travel because of the crime situation in Barbados. Speaking at yesterday's monthly business luncheon of the Barbados Chamber of Commerce and Industry at Hilton Resort, Mottley was particularly worried about the implications from the spate of gun crimes and robberies.
And we live in a world where even what is happening internationally is going to compromise what we have traditionally taken for granted, and there will be implications for the movement of capital and the movement of people.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union
Welcome back with news from the region now. WASCO, that's the Water and Sewage Company in St. Lucia, calls on the Labour Minister to intervene in an ongoing industrial dispute with employees. WASCO's maintenance staff, on the advice of the National Workers Union, has reportedly downed tools in protest over delays to finalizing a new collective agreement.
WASCO's maintenance employees are still on strike. Management suggests talks with the employee union, the National Workers Union, has been exhausted.
We will continue to have an industrial impasse with our employees who are members of the National Workers Union bargaining unit. We have been attempting to resolve this impasse. We've been attempting to meet around the table and to discuss how to resolve it. As we speak today, there has not been a resolution satisfactory to both parties.
Despite effecting contingency plans, the industrial impasse has thrown a wrench in operations. Management concedes infrastructural repairs have been delayed, which has affected the supply of water.
The service that WASCO provides is an essential service, and that process is detailed in the legislation. What it means now is that if the parties are unable to find a resolution, then they must seek the intervention of the Minister of Labour, which we have done once. And so we may have to ask the Minister of Labour to bring us together again.
In more regional news now, CARICOM Secretary General Erwin LaRocque is making a strong plea to world leaders to take urgent steps to address climate change, a problem that's already negatively affecting the region.
Climate change is not something that is coming, it is here. We continue to experience its wrath, and we have to take some critical, urgent steps to ensure that the continued survival, not just of CARICOM and SIDS, but of our planet.
On the international scene, an explosion has hit a bus carrying presidential guards in Tunisia's capital, Tunis, killing at least 12 people. The president has declared a 30-day state of emergency, and the capital is under curfew. Tunisia has been targeted by the Islamic State group, including an attack by a gunman on the beach resort of Sousse in June, killing 38 people.
It's usually a highly secured area. Mohammed V Avenue itself is also home to a lot of financial institutions, a lot of banks, as well as the offices of the central bank. So it's, I think for a lot of people it has come as a surprise that a bombing, could have exploded there. It's still not clear how it happened, whether it was placed under the bus at some stage when it was moving or picking up the guards, or whether there was some other IED or some improvised device that was planted near it. So it's not entirely clear at this stage. We also know that the injured have already been transferred, some of them, to a hospital in different parts of Tunis. And there's a lot of traffic leading up to that road. The area has been cordoned off by security forces as they investigate the scene.
And finally, the United States has issued a worldwide travel alert for Americans amid concerns that terror groups and individuals plan more attacks after the Paris massacres. The State Department warned that groups like ISIS, Al-Qaeda, and Boko Haram continue to plan terrorist attacks in multiple regions. It also warned of the possibility of individuals carrying out their own attacks. And on that note, we end our Barbados Today morning news update. However, you can join us again this afternoon. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals, or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also tune into channel 101 on Flow TV and Mix 96.9 FM to get all the latest news and sports. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic day.